All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I am doing a new sector review here. I'm calling this recent runners, okay? It's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag of stocks and I'll figure out a good cadence here. But look, I definitely, if you watch my videos, you know I'm less interested in hitting home runs every time and more about those singles, a double here, single, maybe a nice home run, right? For me, that's much more sustainable than ever believing I'm going to find these monsters, okay? I'll be honest with you, I wake up every day, look at the top winners, right? And see these like 50% gainers, 60% gainers, 100 plus, 200 plus, right? And it definitely does something to you, right? I'm not going to pretend it does nothing to me, but it's about a strategy, right? That's really the drum I beat a lot. And yeah, nonetheless, I'm going to do my best to put some technical analysis behind what seem like random movers, right? So, first and foremost, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages. This is the first time I've made this video, so I will be drawing some new horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. Nonetheless, I sincerely appreciate you being here, okay? I am making this video during live trading hours. I have a very busy day today, so I'm trying to squeeze a couple videos in, okay? So before I talk about the immediate, look, there's a couple textbook things I often talk about on my videos, okay? First off, these strings of red are just my favorite things, okay? Oh my goodness. I love nothing more than just a good string with a couple insignificant green candles. Obviously, I love them if I did not buy here and watch it go down, right? But what ends up happening, look, this string of red goes right till here, and you can see it fills it pretty nicely. Once it gets to here, there's this nice little horizontal, there's a little bit of a thing here, but I'm looking at this, right? It basically just runs and starts to fill all of these. You see that? Literally, this entire string and this entire string filled. One took a while. One was literally a 2-3 day thing, right? Literally on this day, it took more than 75% of it, right? I for sure see this next string of green right here, right? And ultimately what I'm basically looking at is the break of that line, okay? 168, and you can see that's really what stopped a lot of this run. If that broke, oh yeah, we would have filled that bad boy all the way to 8 whatever, right? Hey, maybe even all the way to 10, right? I'm assuming this was a D-SPAC. If I had to guess, again, I sincerely know nothing about this stock, right? We're literally only talking about the lines. But yeah, you get a good break, a beautiful confirmation. This day right here is a doji. You know I say dojis don't count, but hey, we definitely maintained 50% candle. I'm good with that. Next day again is a doji. All right, this one doesn't count, but hey, we went up. I like that, right? This day closes here, this day closes here. Doji doesn't count, but doji goes up, and I like that. We then get this candle, and obviously that candle after, right? And look, this could have been a confirmation for the 10, but look how high we are right here. What's that RSI at? 86, okay? Look, 80 is generally where I say a cool off is required. Excuse me. And when you combine it, excuse me for that view out, but with that like line right there that we just drew, I'm obviously going to go ahead and draw it right now because let's just have it. Looks like it's just a little too high. I think that's good enough. Yeah, if it broke that, it would have been silly. Obviously, this confirmation hits a resistance, and there's a reason we call these resistance lines. From there, look, it is basic moving average strategy if you watch my videos. Good things happen over the 8, bad things happen under the 8. The other rule is, hey, try to be over both the 8 and the 20. Once it loses the 20, it gets even worse. And right now, I'm looking at a loss of the 50. This is definitely the first day of the loss of the 50, but yeah, that's a bad candle. Obviously, 13% is a big number, but I'm more looking at a real full candle on a loss of what looks like the last moving average. Yeah, because this one's up here. So this is now trading under all the lines. I'll go ahead and make this a support and we'll obviously have to use this as a support. You might be able to get away with, let's put this one too, just to give a couple catching points if it happens. But I'll be real honest, I'm not looking too comfortable. This 50 line probably is going to be the big one tomorrow, because either we bounce off this, prevent the confirmation on losing the 50, or 50 cents to hold the 50, that, sorry, or we're losing the 50 and probably really quickly coming down to 38, because look, this is a pretty good string of green, right? And look, even this right here, this green, 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 very quickly turned to red, 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 red. And hey, if there's a good bounce, this red, 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 red will turn into green, 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 right? It's just, this looks bad, this looks bad, that looks bad. When all these look bad, you can only expect so much. So I'm actually really expecting, I think, a 38 cent target. It was the high of that day, right? Yeah, 30. Yeah. At 38 cents, I think this might have a good chance to recover. Because look, I know I say at 30 it's oversold, but look, not that long ago, the RSI hit 5. There's a lot of room between 30 and 5. Look, I'm not saying it's going to come to 5, right? But yeah, I can see it coming into the 20s right here, kind of this line right here. Why not? A little higher than that, but definitely lower than we're at. So I don't see the pain over just yet for FOXO by any means. Look, again, on the weekly, this is a good weekly, right? You actually get a good break of the 20 and nice follow through. Gotta love it, right? Again, though, that the line, you could barely see it here, right? This is why I always tell you, like, change your views. So this would have fooled some people for sure. And hey, look, you can see the volume definitely decreased a little bit. That's something, right? But yeah, there was a lot of reason to believe it would have gone to 10, but there were at least a couple signs of why it didn't. I'll throw that out there. So hey, if you disagree with anything, throw it in the comments, all right? I'm not here to pretend I'm perfect or all-knowing. These are just the thoughts of a person on the internet, right? So here is the next one. So this one was a recent runner. Okay, what am I looking at right now? A little bit of the same things that we were just talking about. First and foremost, you can see it almost looks like the exact opposite happened, right? Let me just kind of zoom out to where we were. This thing was super tight at 10, and instead of going up monstrous like LUNR just did, and we're going to look at, this thing went down horribly, right? So just know what you're playing with, right? Like, know what you're playing with, okay? Clearly, that's a nice candle that breaks all the moving averages, and that's beyond monster confirmation, okay? Hey, if you made money on this, congrats to you. I'll be honest, I did not at all. And really, with something like this, you need your finger on the mouse for most of the day, right? I would feel really uncomfortable. Even, I know hindsight's 2020 and it's easy to see it, but I would be really uncomfortable buying right here, going to do my full day's work and expecting it to come up here, right? I mean, it's just, it is what it is. And hey, we all have our different risk tolerances, right? But there's definitely a couple things I'm going to do, but there's only so much information. And let's be honest, it all revolves around, what day was this? This 216 candle, okay? I'm going to put a line at the top, at the bottom, and then at roughly 50%. I think it's right about there. That looks like half. Cool. Again, look, I'm not here to like be perfect, right? I'm telling you, good enough will save you so much money, or it will make you so much money, all right? We're not here for perfect. We're not here to find the bottoms. We're not here to sell at the tops. We're here for good enough. I promise you that, all right? So back to what we're looking at. Look, this is a doji, okay? Doji doesn't count. I just said it on the last one, right? I'm at least okay with this, because, hey, right, we were well above 50% candle. I mean, honestly, we probably only lost 10% candle, right? I'm a little disappointed with this because we've gone completely under this, right? I would have liked to stay around 50% of this one. But hey, overall, comparatively with this guy, we're still above 50%. You know what I mean? Look, obviously you can see it right here. That RSI runs to 93. On the last stock, I just said 86 was too high. Obviously 93 is that much higher, right? So look, 77 still high, right? I literally said 80 was our high number. So this can still cool off. It really seems like this might come towards 80, 86, sorry, 26, 50, 60, whatever that line is, right? I could see that being a point. And let's be honest, in the next couple days, I can actually maybe see the 8 getting around there too, right? So maybe this 50% line will stop it. Maybe the 8 moving average will stop it. I'll very much say if we lose the 8, we're going to fall quickly to either the 20 or this 1540 line, whichever is the closest next one. You know what I mean? So, but hey, I'll be, I would, and I'm going to right now. We're going to set, oh, I didn't set any alerts. We'll set an alert on the last one. I'm going to set an alert at 44.94. Let me know if we're a couple cents higher than that line. And yeah, I for sure want to know. And why? Let's look at the weekly. This is the highest there are no resistances here. There's nothing for me to draw any lines on, right? So if this thing goes up, we're in all-time highs. I love all-time highs. I hate all-time lows, but I love all-time highs, okay? So actually, it looks like we can even, I'm going to do that as well. That's really good to know, you see? So I'm going to make a new line right there. What was that number? 4070. Sorry. Okay, that's really dumb. Let me do it like this. Let's make this at 4070. And then I'm going to make a new alert at 4072. Perfect. I love it. Cool. All right, there we go. Again, an alert by no means is an immediate buy notification, but it's definitely a, hey, come check it out. Real quick, let's talk volume real quick. We went from a monstrous day of 3.5 million all the way down to a third of a million, right? Like that's horrible. You've lost 90% of volume. Come on. You can't expect good things. And I always say volume is king. That does have me worried for LUNR again. It makes this really seem like the next place it's going to go. But yeah, this could be a bounce point. I know it's not a moving average, but and then look, obviously I don't have to say it, but if you lose $10, you're going to end up looking a lot like FOXO. For sure, okay? And at a $36 stock, you don't want to be talking about $10 because you're going to lose way too much before we even get there, and then so much worse after it. You know what I mean? Let's just actually move the line to this. This is the line you don't want to lose, 90.40. So, hey, if you disagree with anything I said, please throw it in the comments, all right? Otherwise, I sincerely appreciate your time. Thank you for watching.